This is the story of one of my clients, a Singaporean in his 30s who recently purchased a 2-bed 2-bath unit at Nava Grove. This was my client's first home purchase and he wanted to buy a new property so that he can make use of the progressive payment scheme. We also looked at only leasehold properties that he could potentially sell off in 3 years' time once the seller's stamp duty is over. However, due to the upcoming supply of new launches, we also plan for an additional 1-year rental just in case that there's an oversupply of units wanting to sell at the 3-year mark. His biggest challenge? Which property to choose from given the options available at that time. We also discussed about waiting for the future launches given the upcoming supply, but ultimately decided to act now. Broadly, property prices follow an increasing trend by region. The closer the development is to the core central region, the more expensive the per square foot prices due to increasing land cost. Nava Grove, a post-harmonized development located in the rest of central region, but just at the fringe of the core central region, was selling at $2,700 per square foot. However, after accounting for harmonization, the per square foot prices at Nava Grove would have been about $2,565 per square foot. Comparing some of the other developments available at that time and ranking them by the location relative to the proximity to other regions, we can see that 8 at BT and Chuan Park, for example, was asking for higher prices despite being further away from the core central region. This is because they have other locational attributes, for example, being nearer to the MRT station, as well as having other retail options nearby. So we added more developments that were also selling in order to get a better picture of prices. Within the core central region, the collective at One Sophia and Union Square residences was selling at about $2,800 per square foot. While in the rest of central region, the Hill at One North was selling at $2,541 per square foot. This made us realize that Nava Grove, selling at $2,565 per square foot after accounting for harmonization, was a safe entry price. Another option that we had was to look at Sora and Hill Haven, since they represent the cheapest option available. But my client didn't like the location of both developments. Compared to Nava Grove, which his only concern was the proximity to the MRT. When we look at the development's location, Nava Grove stood out as there was only Pine Tree Hill as competition if someone wanted to move into a new development within the area. The neighbourhood is also filled with older condos and landed properties. Owners looking to cash out on these properties but still want to stay in the Mount Sinai area might consider a smaller unit but at a newer development. The proximity to Holland Village, a popular lifestyle destination, and also potentially being within 1 km from Henry Park, also played a key role in deciding on a development. The unit layout for the 2-bed 2-bath was also efficient, with the master being able to fit a king and 2 side tables, and there was also an enclosable kitchen. If there was one thing to improve on, it would have been the windows in both bathrooms. But since most 2-bedders are built in the middle stacks, this would not be a deal breaker in the future. Most importantly, my client felt that the finishings and build quality of the development, as shown in the show flat, made it stand out compared to the others. This is an often overlooked quality. With condo layouts becoming increasingly efficient, in addition to public transportation and amenities becoming increasingly more available, good developments will increasingly be differentiated by the build quality as well as the maintenance over the longer run. A development with better finishings and build quality will retain value compared to one that does not have. Ultimately, we secured a unit at a development and my client was happy with the purchase. So if you're thinking of your next property and need an opinion, DM me today. See you guys in the next one.